Hello and welcome to 360 Sports on Trust TV. I am Emmanuel Fashimi. We've got a whole lot to look at on the show this morning, and it is a big day. The one that will be happening this evening at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium in Akwa State. Precisely, I've got Wilfred, a regular suspect on the show, and on 360 Sports this morning. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, Mr. Fash, and a beautiful Friday morning to you.
Okay, indeed, it's a beautiful Friday morning. Though before we go straight to we'll start from Ekene, where the Flying Eagles are putting the final touches to their preparation for the WAFU B under 20 Nations Cup qualifiers tournament to take place in Togo. That's Lomé precisely, and they are having a couple of friendly games at the best facilities. I will not say one of the best facilities, one of the, in fact, the best club facilities we have in Nigeria, right there at the Remo Stars Stadium, Remo Stars facilities in Ikenne, Ogun State. The Flying Eagles are preparing for the WAFU B tournament.
Incidentally, I happened to visit Ikenne. The facility is top notch as far as the facilities in the country are concerned, and moving from the country capital to Ogun State, Ikenne, I think it's actually a very good strategy for the team because of distractions, so many distractions when they were here in Abuja, and then also they have to train, to prepare on a very good facility to enhance their performance, and then to also get them acquainted with good facilities ahead of the tournament coming up shortly in Lomé, Togo. So I think it's a very good one for them.
Okay, now for the Flying Eagles, they have before they left Abuja, Coach Zubairu Aliyu actually made, which we brought that video on the show. I think that was a Monday show thereabout, where he made mention of distraction. But finally, at first, they never wanted to disclose the location they were going to. But later on, we have to find out where they are. But he made mention of distraction in Abuja, and now they are in Ekene. Do you think that distraction will still be there, or maybe we will not even have distraction at Ekene at all?
I made mention of the distraction earlier on, and I think whoever architect is behind the initiative has got a very brilliant brain, of course, because there were a lot of distractions, camping in the country capital, in a huge city like Abuja. A lot of distractions from the football agents, football managers, and a lot of
friends and family
enthusiasts, and friends and family, of course. So moving down to Ikenne, which is apparently in a state far from Abuja, and also not too remote, but also a remote kind of environment. Yeah, I think it's quite enhancing, and it's a very good initiative to enhance the players' maximal concentration and focus on the task ahead. So I think it's a very beautiful one.
Okay, from your assessment before they left Abuja, how well prepared do you think the team for this particular tournament?
Well, in terms of quality of the players, they paraded on that we all saw. I think they were good players, but as I said, it was a little bit difficult to assess or to ascertain the level of competence in the team because of a lot of distractions, and then the instability of the team, because changing of players every now and then, new players are trooping to the camp, and then so it was difficult for the coach. And I think the best thing he has done is to move away from the capital. So as at the last time we witnessed the team performance, they performed brilliantly, they performed well, they play as a team, they play very well. There were a lot of lapses, they could still work on, but as I said, it was difficult for one to just draw into conclusion because of the crowd and the level of distractions that was surrounded by the team.
Okay, they have to play from the WAFU B tournament to get the AFCON 2025 ticket. Yes, we are in the group. You saw that group on the screen. Let's have that group again. Burkina Faso and Cote d'Ivoire are in our group B, and then in Group A, the host Togo, Niger, Ghana, and Benin Republic. All the 4 teams in Group A. It's going to be a round robin encounter, and definitely the winner of the WAFU B tournament picks the AFCON ticket from the West African region. So we are expecting Nigeria, having won this tournament more than any other country since it started, since the inception of the WAFUB. We are expecting the Flying Eagles of Nigeria to nick this one in the ball. All right, let's leave the Flying Eagles and go straight to Uyo. That is where the big one will be happening this evening. We'll be looking at that match, and you're sure to get all of the updates from Trust TV when that time comes calling. But let's look at the Super Eagles. Now, for Coach Austin Ogwevon, the team, Super Eagles target victory over the Knights of Libya. They are called Knights, Mediterranean Knights.
Well, Coach Austin Ogwevon is a great personality as far as coaching is concerned. He's got a huge credentials, and he's got the personality, he's got the charisma, and this is the right time for him to prove to Nigerians that look, what we're going far away, in search of is just right in our
what you're looking for in Sokoto is in your Sokoto.
But also notwithstanding, the Libyans are North African, nation, and you know how the kind of the style of football they play, and also the coach is a Serbian, so they're definitely they're going to approach the match in a very strategic way. So the Eagles must not be complacent. They have to be on their toes. They have to work around the clock to ensure that at the end of the day, because this is not just about the 200 million Nigerians that are always behind them. It's about the players knowing the importance of the game, the 3 points they have to secure, and then and as well, secure another one away, in Tripoli, far away in Tripoli. But for now, let's talk about the task at hand. The team is in a very good spirit, a lot of motivations, and I think there are no injury, concern whatsoever. So I think it's going to be a very, positive one, for the entire nation tonight. Yeah,
for the Super Eagles, they've beaten in all of the meetings. They've beaten Libya, the last one where Johnny Gallo scored a hat-trick. It was a 7-2 aggregate. That was in 2018 Nations Cup qualifier like this. Now, if we look at the players that are in camp, compared to, if we want to look player for players, I know the Super Eagles players way stand better than the Libyans national team player. But this time around, they are no longer small countries when it comes to football, because football gives you the miracle you never expected to happen. Now, from the crop of players we have in the team, how good do you think we are? We don't have to be complacent.
I really don't want to start rating the players, because in as much as history is very important for the present and also for the future, but we should not bring history into this, because one thing we know for sure is time changes, and as well as the situation. So maybe the Libyans we beat in the past might not be the Libyan we're going to confront tonight right in Godswill Akpabio Stadium. We also what we should be focused on is how we're going to approach them, how we're going to give them a tough fight and secure the 3 point, because the players, of course, we've got good players in the camp, young and energetic, the likes of Boniface Victor, Chidere Juke, who left their club in a very high form and all that. But if you want to consider that, we might just be making a huge mistake, because this is a modern football, and sometimes it boils down to team discipline. So we have to consider how disciplined is the team, and how coordinated and how collective are they willing to go out and fight tonight.
Okay, Victor Osimhen is not there. Let's look at the front line. We have Taiwo Awoniyi, Samuel Chukwueze there, Kelechi Iheanacho, Chidera Ejuke joined up, getting that color back again. It's good. We are seeing him back to the Super Eagles. We have Moses Simon, Victor Boniface, and co. From the front line, do you think we'll have any worries?
Not at all, but we still have to be wary of the Libyans, because this is football. This is a game of football that anything can happen within a tink of an eye. And also, one good thing we cannot take away, the fact is Taiwo Awoniyi is a household name as far as national team is concerned. He's been involved from the cadet team, from the under 17 to under 20 to under 23 to where he is today. And unfortunately, he's having a tough time now, because I haven't suffered from an injury layoff, and he's trying to just find his feet again. But I think his presence is going to be a very huge boost for the national team, and the attacking line, and also the likes of Victor Boniface, considering his current form in his team in the Bundesliga. and Ejuke and the likes of Kelechi Iheanacho. Unfortunately, he's also struggling to acclimatize or to fit into the style of play for Sevilla. But he's also a very big name in the national team, and we have Moses Simon, who's doing wonderfully well also with his club in the French League One, that is the 90s. So having this coalition of wonderful players, I think we should worry less, but then we should also be wary of the Libyans, because it's a game of football. We must be at guard at all time, because anything can happen.
Okay, now you made mention of Victor Boniface. We have Kelechi Iheanacho. Austin Ugwavon actually came out to defend the inclusion of Kelechi Iheanacho in this team. If we look at, he has not really had it. He hasn't started well for Sevilla, and he made mention of his experience. Can we count on Kelechi Iheanacho's experience? Because that was what Austin Ugwavon said when he defended the list and the inclusion of Kelechi Iheanacho in the team.
Kelechi Iheanacho is actually a very wonderful player. He's a great personality, and one thing Coach Austin Ugwavon has brought in unusual from other coaches is that spirit of fathership, to the players, understanding fully well that football is more psychological than physical. We see, and when a player like Kelechi Iheanacho has contributed hugely in the growth of the team, the achievement of the team, whatever the team has recorded in the recent time is struggling. It's actually a moment where we have to give us support, have to bring into the team, and psych him up and tell him that, look, young man, you can still be that Kelechi that everybody you respect, everybody fears, and everybody is always willing to watch. So bringing him, for me, I don't think it's a wrong idea, because he need Nigeria at this point in time to revamp his psychological strength, and then cement his place also in the Sevilla team. So I think his inclusion in the team is actually a very good one. It's a good decision by the gaffer, Coach Austin Ugwavon, who has been serving as a father, who understands these players in and out, and not just on the pitch of play, but the psychological aspect of the players and their mental stability and demand. So I think it's a very good one.
Okay, we're still looking at the Super Eagles. We have three goalkeepers: Amos Obasogie, Maduka Okoye, and Stanley Nwabali. These three goalkeepers are good. No doubt, no gainsaying that. And Maduka Okoye said he's going to wait patiently.
Yes, because the three goalkeepers are quality goalkeepers, no doubt about that. They are wonderful goalies, but you see, Stanley Nwabali has actually made a case for himself before Nigerians at the AFCON, so it's been difficult, for him to just be dethroned, all of a sudden. So Maduka Okoye is also doing wonderful well with his team in the Serie A, with Udinese Casio, but it's going to be a very difficult one for him to just come and displace Nwabali from the #1 spot. But for Obasogie, I think he's understanding what the big boys have to offer, and then when his time comes, definitely he's going to grab it. But for now, let's give the sticks to Stanley Nwabali, who has not for so far hasn't disappointed.
Okay, for so far he hasn't really been disappointed, and we are looking forward to that game tonight, where the Super Eagles will engage the Mediterranean Knights of Libya. But let me take you on this before we move over to the next story quickly. What's your scoreline? I put you on that spot.
We might go a barren draw in the first half, in the first 45 minutes, but the second half, trust me, we're going to take over the entire game, and I would say 3-0.
Okay, 3-0 that game from Wilfred in that particular one. Okay, let's still talking about the Super Eagles, but this time around we're going to talk a little bit, switch away from the Super Eagles. I think in my own perspective, this could all just be in mind games, where NFF actually denies that report, where the Libyan captain came out that they received a very poor treatment when they landed at the airport in Port Harcourt, and the NFF actually come out to clarify what happened, that they were not notified early of their coming. They thought they were going to land on Uyo, and just as to when they are already on board, they were telling them that they will be landing in Port Harcourt, this and this, and the Libyan captain came out to say they actually received a poor treatment from the Nigerian Football Federation.
The good thing is, we African, nations is actually, known for all these sort kind of, irregularities and, issues like this. And as they say, always, goes. one good turn deserves another. So a few days from now, we're going to be in Tripoli. So I hope the NFL inform, or they get informed before, landing in Tripoli, so that we don't have the reverse of the ugly events. For
the NFF, they actually made arrangements for their travels, and I want to go with the NFF. They are just trying to make up story, because the coach himself before now said they are not ready for this clash because of some injuries in the team. All right, let's move away from that. There were games played in the qualifiers, the AFCON 2025 qualifiers. Games were played yesterday. Let's quickly look at those results of those games that were played. And surprisingly, we have Algeria trashing Togo 5-1 in Group E. In Group F, Ghana and Sudan ended on a goalless affair. Ghana is also struggling this time. DR Congo pipped Tanzania 1-0. Namibia lost at home to Zimbabwe 1-0. And Burkina Faso hammered Burundi 4-1. Quickly, the Black Stars, they continue to struggle after they lost in their game. I think that was in match day 2 that they destroyed the stadium. Now, again, a goalless draw.
Right in front of the fans it's a difficult one. It's an ugly incident, I must say, but then that is football for you. And the Sudanese, they must have gone into the game with 100% fight determination and fighting spirit. So and that is football. I keep saying it. That is football. So it is what it is.
It is what it is. All right, let's look at some fixtures that will be played this afternoon before other fixtures will come up in the evening. We know that Super Eagles game is by 5 p.m. at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium. But these games are built for this afternoon. In Group A, we'll have Madagascar against Gambia, and then Equatorial Guinea will play Liberia, Zambia against Chad, Mozambique against Eswatini. Those are the fixtures that will be coming up this afternoon before other fixtures will be played in the evening, 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. Respectively. All right, let's leave that and go straight to Europe. We'll look at the UEFA Nations League game. The Three Lions, yes, definitely the Lions couldn't roar against their Greek counterparts. They lost that game at Wembley Stadium. But let's look at the full result in Group 1. We have Gibraltar beat San Marino 1-0. Moldova beat Andorra 2-0. That is in Group 2. In the same group where England is, they lost to Greece 2-1. We have Finland also losing by the same score margin in 2-1 against the Republic of Ireland, and Israel were pummeled by France 4-1, and then Italy and Belgium shared spoils. Let's continue and look at the other group. Let's go straight to Group 3. Austria beat Kazakhstan 4-0. Norway, the man who cannot stop scoring, Erling Haaland, creating history in that game, become Norway's highest goal scorer. As he stands 36 goals in 34 appearances for the Norway national team. Norway beat Slovenia 3-0, and in Group 4, Latvia lost to North Macedonia 3-0. Faroe Island and Armenia ended on a draw, that is 2-2 draw in that particular game. So big one. Let's quickly look at Norway and then England before we move to the CONMEBOL. Now for Erling Haaland, this man is breaking records, creating records, setting records, and what have you. The man cannot stop scoring.
Haaland, the young man, is built differently. I don't think he's on this planet. I mean, with the kind of goals he scores for fun. So I'm not surprised, that he's still young. He's still, very much young. He's still quite, new into the game. So he's got a long way to go, and there's still, a whole lot of stage for him to keep, breaking records. So for me, I'm happy for him. Okay,
what do you make of England's national team? The Three Lions, they lost at Wembley.
it defines, it's a simple definition of what football, modern football is. When you don't take your chances, or unfortunately for them, Bukayo Saka, one of the key players, was limp of the game and was taken off. So would that be the effect of his absence? But England is a big team. It's a team that everybody respects. But trust me, football is a respect of no name.
Okay, it is what it is. So the Three Lions of England, Castley right now will be ruining those missed chances from his team, and a lot of football pundits are looking at Castley as maybe could not be he can be the man for the job. We know Gareth Southgate is no longer there, and some persons actually questioned his lineup yesterday. All right, let's go straight to CONMEBOL. That is the South American nation, they were also involved in their own qualifiers, but this time around for the World Cup qualifiers, Argentina. Let's have that result on the screen. Argentina played a 1-1 draw with Venezuela. Messi returning back to the team, and they played a 1-1. But for Brazil against Chile, it was 2-1. Lucas getting that winning goal for Brazil. Ecuador and Paraguay ended on a goalless affair, and Bolivia beat Colombia 1-0. Surprisingly for Argentina, the coming back of Messi into the team ended 1-1.
South American, nations are tough footballing nations. So, whatever result we see, we just have to accept it that way because, it's difficult to, define a team or refer to a team as an underdog. So that's just the outcome of when you have numerous good footballing, teams. So it was a tough one. Unfortunately, Messi wasn't with the team in the previous encounter, but then he came back and he couldn't, survey the situation for the team. But good one for having, sharing the spoil, having a 1 point away from home was a beautiful one for them.
Was a beautiful one for the Adelesti of Argentina. All right, before we go on the show, let's look at this story. A fantastic player. She has been coming good for the national team, and she also made history becoming the first black woman. We're talking about the Tigress Ezine Kalu, who is to be named, that is the Women National Basketball Association in US Defender of the Year award, after she's a player of she plays for Atlanta, the Atlanta's women's team. She was born in New Jersey, but she's actually eyeing to be named the Defender of the Year at the end of it. She was the MVP for the Afro Basket in 2019 when she represented Nigeria in the women's Afro Basketball, the most valuable player in that year. And ever since then, she has not looked back. She has been doing good. She was also instrumental for the D Tigress during the Paris Olympic Games.
Incidentally, we have all the required talent, home and abroad, but we do not have the adequate, enabling environment for these talents to showcase, the potentials in them. But then whenever we see, one thing is a Nigerian here is Nigerian everywhere. So wherever we find one, we're always, happy to identify with them and celebrate them. So for Kalu, Ezine, I think the award is going to be like an outcome of her relentless hard work, and she has been working hard. She has been dreaming to attain such a wonderful height, and then here is the floor for her. Here is the stage for her. So we are eagerly waiting as Nigerians to celebrate with her, and then we're proud that she is still there to identify with us as one of us. So we're glad and we're happy for her.
Okay, we are glad and happy for her. She plays for Atlanta Dream in the women's basketball competition in America. Definitely, she is dreaming in Atlanta to be named the Defender of the Year. That award she wants. After 15 years, we are seeing a black woman, as in from originally a black woman, who's actually doing well for the Women's National Basketball Association competition. Just the way you have the NBA for the guys, so also have the WNBA for the women. All right, that is what we believe in it on the show, Shando. Well, I'm going to take you on that prediction. You predicted 3-0 in the second half, that first half will end goalless and 3-0. Well, let's see. I'm also supporting that because I want to be a patriotic Nigerian right now. I want to support the Super Eagles.
The first half is going to be tough because the Libyans are coming in, fully loaded, fully ready. They are coming in as wounded lions because of the treatment they claim to have been received. So they are coming in to spoil the show for us. But trust me, in the second half, we're going to have the whole day for ourselves.
Okay, we're going to have the whole day for ourselves. That is why we believe in it on the program 360 Sports this morning. Thanks, Yazo, for coming on the show. It's a good one having you on the program.
Always a pleasure to be seated by your side, Mr. Fash.
All right, that is it on the program. I am Emmanuel Fash. Me say thanks for watching.